Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE Backlash 2025 certainly had its ups and downs. The mid-card title matches carried the premium live event, with Jacob Fatu and Lyra Valkyria's retentions standing out among the 5-match card. The anticipated fight between Gunther and Pat McAfee did nothing to help the ring general, as McAfee no-sold the choke after the finish. The ring general is already coming off a poorly booked quick tap-out loss to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. As the PLE immediately following the showcase of the Immortals, Backlash needed to accomplish some things. It did to a degree, but Triple H should avoid making the next 6 mistakes following the event. Karrion Kross has organically risen in popularity over the last year. His promo style and attempt to corrupt the supposed heroes of WWE have finally caught on with casual fans. Even ahead of Backlash, he was relegated to a short segment during the commercial break. Those who know of his work from TNA Impact and NXT know what he is capable of if booked properly. Kross's merchandise is rising up the ranks on WWEshop.com, which is an indication that bookers sometimes look to before pushing certain stars. It worked with Jey Uso and LA Knight. Triple H cannot ignore the grassroots popularity of the cryptic star, especially since the company just released a handful of performers a week before Backlash. Finn Balor and the Judgment Day turned on Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest at SummerSlam 2024. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez then joined the group. In that time, however, Balor hasn't had as much success as his allies. Dominic Mysterio pinned him to win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 41, and that was after several months of tension between the two. The faction experienced even more miscommunication at Backlash. Another fracture is clearly on the horizon for the group, but the game must not delay it for too long. If he's waiting to replicate what happened at last year's SummerSlam, it may be too late. Having the split take place toward the end of June would set things up for a summer clash. Their time atop Raw is over, with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman's alliance taking shape on the red brand. This mistake must not be made if the divisions of Raw and SmackDown are to move into the future. Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair represent the over-pushed stars of the past. Neither appeared at Backlash. They're still among the top stars in WWE, but shouldn't be winning titles over other performers. Braun Breaker, Gunther, Knight, Drew McIntyre, Naomi, and Sami Zayn deserve to carry a major title. The Scottish Warrior has been among the most consistently entertaining stars in promos for the last couple of years. Zayn eventually deserves his big title run. Naomi's heel turn has been a refreshing change. If Flair or Reigns win Money in the Bank or a world title, things will go back to how they were 5 years ago. WWE is supposed to be in the new era. Relying on 2 stars who are always in the championship picture will hinder forward movement. One of the most disappointing things under Triple H in 2025 has been the handling of the Way Out 6. An injury can sideline a star, but the group consists of 4 other performers. Writers and producers could have come up with vignettes and pre-taped segments to air on SmackDown. Instead, they were moved to the Blue brand and remain unused thus far in 2025. That mishandling also pulled Alexa Bliss, one of the company's best characters, off of programming due to a planned feud with the faction. She reappeared ahead of Backlash. Uncle Howdy's group may not reach the level of the NWO or Evolution. What they do represent is a unique faction unlike anything else in WWE. Having a variety of characters is necessary to tell different stories. If not, booking becomes boring, predictable, and repetitive. Even though he has been booked as a near-unstoppable force in the ring, Gunther has lost a lot of mystique of late due to recent booking decisions. He lost to Jey Uso with a quick tap-out at WrestleMania 41. That hurt his credibility. He pivoted to a feud with a non-full-time personality like Pat McAfee and should have utterly destroyed the brash commentator in about 5 minutes at Backlash. McAfee held on for over 10 minutes, but Gunther could have ended the match at any time. If that wasn't enough, the former NFL punter stood up rather quickly after getting choked out. The lack of selling helps McAfee but hurts the full-time wrestler even more. The Raw announcer should have been out until the ring general left the ring area. They could have had a brief moment of respect on Raw. If the former World Heavyweight Champion faces Goldberg and loses, it will destroy any credibility he has left. It started at WrestleMania 40 and has made most of the ensuing undisputed WWE Championship matches. Nearly 10 people interfered when Cody Rhodes beat Reigns for the title. If officials don't believe Rhodes can carry the title after beating the Tribal Chief, they should have done things differently. That convoluted booking has continued with John Cena's 2 matches. Not only did Travis Scott interfere in Las Vegas, but Cena used a low blow and the title belt to win his 17th title. At Backlash, 2 referees were knocked down, and Cena hit Orton with the belt. Officials need to book some clean finishes. The Viper, Cena, Reigns, and stars of their caliber are bulletproof. They can afford to lose cleanly via pin. It feels like officials are overthinking things. While a lot happened between Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, it worked because it was a triple threat match. Studied communications with a focus on writing at Framingham State University from 2000 to 2004. Matt Soroki is a sports journalist from outside of Boston, Massachusetts who has written about sports for a local newspaper, the Metro West Daily News. Matt has written about professional wrestling for the past year, but has been writing lyrics, short stories, and novels in his spare time. He writes around 30 to 50 articles per month. During his time on writing for Sportskeeda, Matt has written about a variety of topics including the history of the business, as well as about the current stars and product. He follows numerous promotions like the WWE, AE Guide, ROH, MLW, NJP Go, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and WoERGO. WWE Backlash 2025 has set the stage for an exciting and transformative year in the world of professional wrestling. As the dust settles on the event, Triple H, the chief content officer and creative mastermind behind WWE's future, is at a crossroads. The post-Backlash period presents both challenges and opportunities. With the WWE universe evolving and new talent emerging, Triple H has to tread carefully to ensure that the company maintains its momentum. Here are 6 mistakes Triple H must avoid making in the aftermath of WWE Backlash 2025. WWE's strength lies in its rich history, one built on larger-than-life characters, iconic moments, and the emotional connection between fans and superstars. Triple H has been instrumental in developing NXT and modernizing the company, but there is a fine line between innovation and disrespecting the past. Mistake to avoid: disregarding the legends and stories that have shaped WWE's identity for over 40 years. Post-Backlash, Triple H should avoid making the mistake of distancing the company too far from its roots. The past should be honored, whether it's through bringing back legends for special appearances or continuing storylines that pay homage to the company's history. Nostalgia is a powerful tool in wrestling, and fans appreciate when WWE acknowledges its legends, whether in the form of returning Hall of Famers or ensuring their legacies are respected in modern-day storylines. Triple H must strike a balance between innovation and nostalgia, ensuring that WWE's history continues to be celebrated while also moving forward with fresh ideas and new stars. WWE's roster has always been one of its greatest assets, but Triple H must be cautious about the current trend of bringing in a vast amount of talent without giving them sufficient time to build meaningful storylines. The influx of new superstars, especially with the brand expansion of NXT stars making their way to the main roster, is an exciting development. However, without proper booking and character development, these talented performers risk becoming lost in the shuffle. Mistake to avoid: rushing talent into main event status or overloading the roster without solid character development. Every superstar needs a chance to find their character, build rivalries, and develop organic storylines that connect them with the audience. Without this, talent may find themselves relegated to meaningless segments or mid-card matches that fail to showcase their true potential. The worst-case scenario is talent being wasted or worse, getting lost in a lackluster storyline. Triple H must ensure that he doesn't make the mistake of oversaturating the main event scene and mid-card slots with too many talents. Proper storytelling will prevent the roster from becoming stagnant and allow for individual characters to shine, leading to stronger fan engagement. Part-time legends like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and The Rock have been key to WWE's big events in recent years, creating massive buzz and drawing attention. However, the danger of relying too heavily on these part-time superstars is that it can stunt the development of full-time talent and limit the long-term growth of the company. Mistake to avoid: overdependence on part-time stars at the expense of rising full-time talent. While part-time stars can undoubtedly bring prestige and mainstream media attention to key events like WrestleMania, their appearances should not dominate the show. Fans want to invest in the future of WWE, and when part-time stars overshadow the current crop of talent, it can create a sense of staleness and hinder fresh storytelling. Triple H must avoid making the mistake of overbooking part-time stars or using them to carry too much of the spotlight. The true success of WWE lies in the growth and storytelling of its full-time roster. Giving them the spotlight ensures long-term sustainability and fan loyalty. One of the most significant mistakes that a company like WWE can make is disregarding the feedback from its fan base. Fans are the lifeblood of professional wrestling, and their reactions, whether positive or negative, should never be underestimated. Triple H, known for his respect for the audience, should continue to pay attention to the pulse of the WWE universe. Mistake to avoid: dismissing fan feedback and ignoring their reactions to storylines, matches, and character arcs. WWE has seen massive shifts in its creative direction based on fan reactions, particularly when it comes to star pushes, booking decisions, or how storylines evolve. The biggest example in recent history is the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin during the Attitude Era, where WWE capitalized on the fan-driven anti-hero persona. Likewise, the reception of fan favorites like Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes post-WrestleMania 2024 showed that listening to the audience is paramount. After Backlash, if the fans express dissatisfaction with certain storylines or character arcs, Triple H must be quick to adjust. Ignoring this could lead to a loss of engagement and decrease the overall appeal of WWE programming. While WWE's roster is brimming with established stars, the next wave of top talent is essential to securing the future of the company. Triple H must continue to build these stars in compelling and authentic ways that make them feel as if they truly belong in the main event. The emergence of stars like Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, and others demonstrates that there is new talent ready to step into the spotlight. However, it's essential for Triple H to avoid pushing these new stars too soon or in superficial ways. Storylines, rivalries, and championship runs must feel earned. Fans can sense when a superstar is being pushed for the sake of filling a spot in the card, and this often leads to backlash, no pun intended. After Backlash, it will be important for Triple H to use long-term booking to elevate new talent in a way that feels natural. They must be involved in well-thought-out feuds that allow their personalities and in-ring skills to shine, ensuring they become long-term main event players. WWE has always prided itself on reaching a global audience, and as such, it's important for the company to be representative of that diversity. Triple H's role in this regard has already been seen through the signing of international stars and the embracing of different styles, but there's always room for more growth. Mistake to avoid: falling behind on the commitment to diversity and inclusion, both in front of and behind the camera. The modern wrestling fanbase is diverse, and WWE must reflect that diversity not only through its roster, but in its storytelling and creative decisions. This includes giving equal opportunity to women's wrestling, creating storylines that are inclusive of different backgrounds, and promoting talent from various parts of the world. Triple H should continue pushing for better representation of all communities in WWE, both in the ring and behind the scenes. This includes the commitment to elevating women's wrestling, spotlighting international talent, and ensuring that WWE reflects the global audience it seeks to entertain. WWE Backlash 2025 is a moment that could signify the dawn of a new era in the company's history. But the way Triple H handles the aftermath of the event will determine whether WWE will continue to rise or face challenges in the coming months and years. By avoiding these 6 mistakes, respecting the past, managing the talent roster effectively, balancing part-time stars, listening to fan feedback, elevating new talent, and committing to diversity, Triple H can solidify his legacy as the creative leader who successfully navigates the company into a new era of success, innovation, and fan connection. WWE's future depends on the decisions made in the post-Backlash period. By making the right choices, Triple H can ensure that the company remains on the cutting edge of sports entertainment and continues to engage fans around the world.